Hello students, today we are going to start the human excretory system. So first of all, human excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys. So these are the two pairs of one pair of kidney. There are two kidneys. Then along with the two kidneys, what we have, this is the first organ, pair of kidney. Second organ, that is the ureter. Third one is the urinary bladder, and the fourth one is the urethra. So first of all, see, if it comes to the human excretory system, it is made up of a pair of kidney, a pair of ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. So first of all, here we can see this diagram. This diagram consists of the blood vessels. One is the vein, another is the artery. So we can say it's the renal artery and renal vein. Also we can say the inferior vena cava or dorsal aorta. Same thing. So renal artery will bring this renal artery will bring the waste product, that is urea, mix in the blood, and inside the kidneys the waste product, that is urea, will be filtered out. So that urea formed from the blood, that is been filtered from the blood, that will be removed from the kidneys to this ureter. From this ureter, it will be stored in the urinary bladder, and from time to time from this urethra, the urine will be removed outside. If it comes to the ureter, then this ureter is around 15-20 centimeter long. It is going to have the layers, that is the serosa muscularis, and then an internal layer. Then after that, urinary bladder, which is a sac-like structure who can increase and decrease the surface area, and the urethra through which the urine passes out. The normal volume of urine that can be present inside the urinary bladder is around 500 ml. Up to 500 ml we can take it, and after that, if the urinary bladder lining, that one muscle we have, that muscle if gets stretched, then it gives the impulse to the brain, and brain gives the signal so that we can urinate. This is the urge of urination comes. So that is the excretory system. First of all, we have to see the structure of the kidney. Kidney is going to have 3 layers from outside so that the kidney can be protected. Already the 11th and the 12th vertebrae supports and protects the 2 kidneys, but along with that, around the kidneys also we have layers. So the outermost layer is the renal fascia. Middle one is just adipose tissue which act like a cushion, which acts as a shock absorber, and the last one is the renal capsule. So we have outermost, that is renal fascia, adipose tissue and renal capsule. After that, see internal structure of the kidney. So this kidney is going to have some pyramid-like structures. So this pyramid-like structures, they are called as the renal pyramid. So this is called as the renal pyramid. Then after that, internally in that renal pyramid, it is going to have 2 parts. Renal pyramid base. This is the base of the renal pyramid. It divides the kidney into 2 parts. What are they? One is the cortex, the outermost region where the base of the renal pyramid is there. That will be called as the cortex. And internally, just behind that, this region, this is the lining where the base of the renal pyramids are present, and just beneath it, what is this structure? This will be called as the medulla. Okay, so this will be the renal medulla. So this renal pyramid, which I have shown here, these are actually nothing but the unit of excretion, that is the nephron. So nephron is present on the base of the renal pyramid, who actually takes the filter out the urea, and along with urine it just comes out. So first of all, see, if it comes to the renal pyramid, towards the base of the renal pyramid, this base will be called as the renal papilla. So from this renal papilla, what we are going to have, 2-3 renal papilla will join, and that will be called as the minor calyx. Okay, so that will be called as the minor calyx. Now 2-3 minor calyx that will join to form as the major calyx. then the major calyx that will join ultimately to the renal pelvis, and this renal pelvis will eventually comes outside through this kidney that will be called as the ureter. Right, so this is the structure of the kidney internally. So we cannot see because here very few distinctions I can show here. So first of all, if it comes to the renal pyramid, the base of the renal pyramid will be called as a renal papilla. 2-3 renal papilla will join to form the minor calyx. 2-3 minor calyces join to form the major calyces, and all of the major calyces will join to form the renal pelvis, and eventually this renal pelvis comes outside, that will be called as a ureter. Now we will see that inside what we have, the unit of excretion, the unit of urine production, that is a pair of that is around 1 to 1.5 millions of nephrons. So what actually the nephrons look like? So this nephron will have a structure, one cup-like structure, then it is going to have some convolution of tubes, then after that it is going to have a U-shaped structure, then once again convolutions, then after that we have this next structure. So that is the nephron. In this nephron, what we are going to have, this structure will be called as the Bowman's capsule. This is called as the Bowman's capsule. Then after that, here we have the proximal convoluted tubule. This is called as the loop of Henle. This is the loop of Henle. Then after that, this is the distal convoluted tubule, and this is the collecting duct. Okay, so this is called as the collecting duct. In this Bowman's capsule, I have said that renal artery enters. So this renal artery will take the blood, and here it gets bifurcated. So this will be called as the afferent artery or afferent arteriole here. So this is the afferent arteriole, and the blood vessel that comes out, what we can say this is called as the efferent arteriole. So this is the efferent arteriole. And wherever in that Bowman's cup, what happened, this afferent arteriole will be bifurcated a number of small branches, so that it can increase the surface area for the removal or filtration process. So for the filtration, here we have seen a number of branches develop here. So this is called as the glomerulus. So this is the glomerulus. So what we have, this afferent arteriole enters, it gets branched to form the glomerulus, and then it comes out, that will be called as the efferent arteriole. Then we have seen this is the Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule will lead to a tube, a duct, that will be called as the proximal convoluted tubule. So here we have these convolutions. Then after that we have this loop of Henle. We have the descending loop of Henle first, and then we have this ascending limb of loop of Henle. Then after that we have the DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and after that all this distal convoluted tubule eventually will meet to the collecting duct. So this is the structure of the nephron. I hope you understand. This is the structure of human excretory system, then the structure of the kidneys, and this is internal structure of the nephron. So I hope you understand. Thank you.